Good evening, everybody. Here I am. It is cocktail hour. It is really cocktail hour at 5 o'clock. I don't know why I started doing it at 6 so long ago. But good evening. And this might have to be something we'll consider doing for permanent change because days are going to get shorter and shorter, baby. I tell you. Hey, Rick, the smoke from the fires was so bad. I am so sorry. Our friend DJ is in California, very close to a fire near him. Smoke so bad, he almost vomited from it. Coughing, I can understand anyway. That's horrible, man. I have a cousin in the San Francisco Bay region. She's been having trouble with it, and she has COPD, so it's really bad. And I don't know how much better your air quality is inside compared to outside, because usually everybody has fresh air makeup in their building, so some of the air going back around is coming from outside. Of course, some is also exhausted out. So yes, I'm glad you live next to a big Great Lake to help keep it fresh with the wind blowing. You like my hair? I haven't done a thing with it. This is called water and a comb. Thank you. Oh, so we went away last weekend. We got to go back to the same Victorian mansion that we went to about a month ago. Yes, it is. It's just vodka and tomato juice. A V8, actually. And I think that now I will have enough to put together an episode, so that's good. So I'm going to be going on a vacation, and it's going to be chilly, so I think I'll be doing some editing down at the beach. Can't put them up, but I can still do the videos. If I get the data here onto an external hard drive, I can go down there and I can maybe make a couple of videos. So if it's a little cool, not really fun for doing anything, I can do that. I can even sit in a chair by the beach if the files are on. I know. Well, whatever. I can do it outside of the beach. But I thought the chance of actually doing a little bit. So I hope everybody's having a good start of their week. Tuesday again. Let me move in here. Patrick's in the house. Patrick, we had a great time, didn't we, Patrick? That was really fun. And then this person I couldn't name the other day, I think her name is really Stephanie. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's her name, actually. And you know her now somehow. I think you, she plays keyboards, right? So her band would like to know if they could play. Apparently it's a female-fronted band. Yes, you think that's a good idea, Patrick? Or have you ever had the pleasure of seeing them play? They sound like they're good. Yes? He keeps saying yes. Is that the right Patrick? Thank you, Zach Wave. Cheers to bread making on Tuesday. I made a comment that, Tuesdays were typically, they just were not known for being a night. I guess people are just starting their work week, etc. On Friday, people who could donate more commonly did it on Friday because it was payday, I guess. So Zach commented, well, that's the end of that. We're going to make Tuesdays bread making day too. Thank you, Nipple Butt. Look, I don't know if I'm ever going to ask for what you did Friday because it was crazy. Now, it was quite a few people were the big givers, but a lot of people gave. A little here, a little there. And do you know how much was collected in total? $750. So half of that's going to the band, as I promised. The band was even embarrassed. They're like, well, you could just give it to charity. So, well, I told them it was for them. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it, but half of it's going to be donated at their direction where they're going to take it. 750 divided by 2, less the fee from YouTube, but it's still a lot of money. And it was because of generosity from people like you watching my little show here. If I ever do that again, I don't know how I could work it. Maybe I have to figure another way.
The name of the band is Angels on Fire.
Angels on Fire might come. Hey, and Kim, thank you for giving a check out to our new merch. I noticed that you already were at the store. Tell them I'm on live, please. And I'm busy tonight. He's trying to message me now. So he's going to try to call again. Hi, Kendra. I'll get back to you guys after I can resolve the Dan Bell trying to call in and cut off my show. By accident, of course. He doesn't know, but he is a high effort man. If he wants a call, he will keep ringing the phone.
I told him you'd call him later.
Okay, very good. I hope he gets that. Yeah, and this can't happen much longer up here. So if I do this again, I'm going to have to turn my attention to my local community of Florida and see who down there may wish to do the same thing. Nothing personal, but I had a little scare, and I think it's totally unrelated to the COVID crap. But it still made me think about it. So I think I may be just being a little more protective myself. And even though you all would probably think you're fine, I think I might wear a protective mask inside if I do a future band thing. Like I said, nothing against the band, and I'll take off the mask enough when I'm faced away from people to talk to the camera, and then I'll put it back on when I'm off camera. Just a precaution. One person actually was very upset and concerned that I did that, one fan, and I thank you for, I know it came from your heart, and you were concerned. You also probably may be concerned about the image it projected, and I can agree with that. And then, like I said, so I thought I had some symptoms coming on. Ended up, I think I got food poisoning. Because this doesn't just go away after you have a fever. And some of the, when it's not normal, number 2, it's goo. It's a little loose. Yeah. So, yeah, I went to a store. We picked up some food for Saturday. So I haven't gotten a report from anybody else that ate the same food. Curly cheddar, or this is Dan Bell. But I'm thinking I had a little something wrong with my sausage. They didn't get sausage, see? So I think that might have been the problem. Come here, baby. Come here. You know you haven't been up to see anybody for a while. Everybody, you know who this is? My buddy Bo. Yeah. My good baby Bo. Am I still on? I don't know what happened. There should be nothing wrong. We lose power or something, my internet was starting to go out. All right, everything looks good. I don't know what, it started to go out right here. I lost connection. I'm sitting just as close as I can be. It could be later, Dan, yeah. This is Dan Bell came in the room so he could get an answer to a question without even making a donation. Damn, he didn't even put money on the table. Click that dollar bill next time, Dan. Damn. I thought you'd be good for at least 150, something like that. I did want to show something some people are already aware of. Our newest item is on the store. Up for grabs. This is how they come packaged. We have a blue one. And it's a nice little envelope. And it's, look at the sticker that holds it.
Nice package, Rick.
Thank you. I have a nice package, don't I?
In your hand.
In my hand. So you open your little package.
He's got small hands.
An object's big. The hands aren't small. Yes. It looks like a bar of soap. Kim Baird already has been one of the first people to buy it. So sell us out, please. We'll order another batch. We started small. We're hoping they're going to be a hit. Karen Kaminsky of Texas.
Don't give people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you how you spelled her name.
And you gave the wrong name.
I gave the wrong first name? Oh, you know who I did? A friend of mine, his wife, his widow, unfortunately. I named her, but his last name was spelled totally differently. Oh well. I missed that guy. His name was Richard as well. And then we have it in a green. You know how I know? Because the lady even took the time to put a little letter in the corner of the envelope so you know what the color of the stock is. Oh, I'm going to catch up with the super chats in a second. I got another one. Thank you, Danielle. And so far we've gotten 11 orders. I think we only bought 40 pieces. So, but if they're gone, then we'll buy more. We just can't go deeper. So this is the alternative in the green. It's 11 to help with shipping. We were going to say it was 10, but we're actually losing $1 as it is. But we're not losing, but what we were hoping to net, we lost $1 on it. But it's because of the thickness of the thing. It's a bunch of stuff with shipping. If it's more than a 1/4 inch, it can't be run through a flat mail sorter. So, this is the way it is. Rick's Budget Basement. The worst salesman in the world. 11, what a great price, 11. My price was really going with 10.42, but I rounded it up to 11 because I hate change. It is a handmade item. And let me get to what I needed to get to. Let's get to Super Chat. And we have From the UK, Danielle, thank you. You are amazing. Another Zach Wave donation. Zach's starting to roll here. Hello, this is not Dan Bell, and I welcome you to another Dirty Cocktail Hour. And Kim Baird, my 17-year-old, was sent home for symptoms. Went and did a rapid test, and it was negative. And apparently the negatives are supposed to be up to 90% accurate. The positives are only 70% accurate. You might get some false positives, I don't know, more than false negatives. So I'd hope that was a pretty good indication. But what is the school going to have to ask for now? Is that acceptable to them? Are they going to want so many negatives? They're coming up with this as I think they encounter problems. And then a new policy is developed based on, unfortunately, it might be your family. But what should be happening right now where you are uncertain if your child will be infected, the teacher will be infected, the custodian will be infected if we fully operate the schools? Fill them up or the opposite? So if we're going to fill them up, then you better expect infection. If you don't want infection, keep them home, and let's do a better job with remote distance education. And in fact, we should have that stronger for other reasons. One, for children who maybe miss classes, they could catch up with the remote system if it was always being remotely recorded for future use as a training. Two, for people who never can make it to school, people with severe physical disability, they could be going to school from their home all the time. And how about if there's another pandemic again? So I think we better do a really better, much better job educationally all over the country and the world in being able to perfect remote training and learning. How many colleges give you a degree remote? I've heard a couple do that. They actually give you a degree. They send you to Phoenix or they'll send you to other places, I think. Oh, would you stop it? Me.
What are you doing?
I'm opening up my doors because I closed them. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. So I hope that works out, Kim, without a bunch of BS. And I think I'm caught up. Thank you. You don't know what's going to come at you. You just have to be prepared for it to always come around and smack you in the face, because that's the kind of world that we have. And those who can absorb the shock the best win. Those who can go with the flow, I guess it's like what Darwin said, but I didn't think we were supposed to adapt like with every 5 minutes. I thought we could have adaptation happen over lifetimes, but we have to learn over time cycles now.
I gotta go downstairs.
Or I meant news cycles. That made more sense. We have to adapt after news cycles. There's a homeschooler, Danielle in the UK. Yes, Keely, Rod, I agree with you 100%, hon. I have family members here that months ago, unfortunately, after following all the rules and staying home, supposed to be safe to go out. That's what they were given the indication. So a couple of friends in there and them, the four, went out to dinner. They all four got sick, and they all four had different symptoms and ways of being sick, all from COVID. So they've evolved now to the point where they're no longer symptomatic or shedding virus. So apparently for the next couple of months, there is, from what they're being told, a protection time of maybe 3 months where they cannot be reinfected. But it's not forever. They're giving them 3 months. And then they could possibly be reinfected again. It certainly is bizarre because it does so many different things. It turns different things on in your body. It starts out shooting for one kind of receptor in your nose, gets into your body, and then it turns other type of receptors on in other parts of your body that normally this shouldn't affect. And what I just heard the other day was it turns on things that would affect your digestive system in a bad way. So that's why some people who have that happen to them end up with digestive issues. All right, I wasn't looking at that, Nick. Nick, you have been installing some kind of equipment in schools. Now, is this for the tracker? The trying to track the infections and who's where, etc. I think it's something related to that. Okay, I'll tell you about that, DJ. We'd like to go back after it's less infected with mosquitoes and try to do it. Well, there's media hoax or there's media response. Are you listening to the news? Are you reading about new things coming out? Do you open your ears to hear, no matter where it's coming from, and at least give it a listen? I think there's a lot of people had a spoon in the pot. That is the problem we have in this country right now. All sides, all different agendas. Maybe even thought they were justified for some reason or other. It was maybe better. Apparently it wasn't, because where are we now? If whatever was done was the best it could have been, why are we here? Why are we fighting each other? Why? Just because I disagree with you, do you not want to talk to me anymore? Or maybe you've had a friend that feels the same way. Why? Are we all Americans? No? Okay. Well, let's assume we all are. Okay? Let's assume everybody is legally an American right now. There. I just turned everybody into a legal American. Now what do we need? What does America need? Develop your own list. What do you think America needs? Now, I'll think about what I need. And you think about what you need. Now, here's the last part. When you look at November 3rd, you take a look at every different candidate. Just not throw names out in mud right now. Come on. Typhoid, quit spreading disease. Whatever, let's not spread war. Let's spread common sense. Take a look at each candidate and what are they going to promise to bring? And what do they really have the capability to do? And how many of those things fit what you think America needs? And you find the people who you think fit or provide most of those things you think you need. If not, pick another guy or gal. That's what I do. The last major election 2 years ago, I was still a Maryland citizen. In the local and state races that I had to choose, in terms of major offices, I picked 4 Republicans and 3 Democrats. And I'm a Democrat. And why did I pick 4 Republicans? Because I liked the people, because I liked what they said they wanted to do, and I didn't care what was behind their name, parenthesis D or parenthesis R. I wanted parenthesis success. Unfortunately, 2 of the candidates I voted for died. They didn't make it, 2 of the Republicans. I think the rest won. But you see, that's the way to go. Pick the best. And if it's too much, then I guess do the best you can. All right, DJ, you're mad because I didn't talk about the lights. All right, so I will talk about the lights. The lights at Black Rock Wildlife Preserve, the Eastern Shore of Maryland, the week before Labor Day. Sausage and pepperoni. We decide to go to multiple locations this week, cemeteries. We go to a couple natural areas as well. We had some spooky experiences in both. The one was like spirit energy, like maybe even primitive raw life force. Not necessarily ghosts, goblins, that kind of jazz. And we both, this is Dan Bell and Rick, of course, on this great adventure. We had things happen. I had things touch me, roll a rock near me, and then we had a light going off from a REM pod that seemed to go on and off in response to comments and questions. Oh, a pet cemetery? No, I have never done a pet cemetery. Oh, but I've never done perverted ghosts either. No. But how do I know if they're perverted? I can't even see them. Hey, Kim, thank you very much for your support. You take care, hon. God bless with all that with your daughter. So, we go to this other location, this other natural area. And it's great. You can go there, you can see bald eagle, you can see all kinds of wildlife. But Dan had heard folklore of this one little bridge where there was supposedly a known haunt. The entity even had a name, was a African-American female who had passed in the area. Why that bridge was picked as her spot, I don't know. He did hear a disembodied voice asking, "Don't go," when we were leaving. We didn't really have anything else. And then we had that on the way out. So, but here was the real thing that got us. I'm trying to set up stationary camera on the bridge, and I have a couple detectors in line of view, have it on night vision setting, got a black lights or infrared light going, and it's rolling. In the meantime, Dan is over at the bridge. He's just, I don't exactly know what he was looking at first. And he has another camera, but it's kind of big for him to move around. So he has difficulty with it, trying to see what he was looking at. So he asked me to let him look through with the Sony. So I stopped, and then he went on, and he started running it, and he set it up in a low light level, not on night shot. And we had what he thought at times looked like a disc, and I thought the whole time it looked like a triangular shaped object, or it was lights that were giving it the shape of a triangle. And the thing that it wasn't that, in fact, that it was just a three lighted object in the sky. What it was crazy was that it moved like miraculously. It didn't just go fast. It would be here, then it's over here to the right, then it's over here to the left, but it's down real low, and now you see a blue or a green light like coming out from underneath of the trees, and the light is coming up through the top of the tree. We're seeing the light coming out of the top of the tree. Then we'd see it back where it started in the center. Well, thank you. Yes, click the like button. And it's nice to see we have over 100 people here now. And that's a shocker. I have $173 in donations already. You guys are too kind. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's the whole thing about the lights that DJ Infinity was interested in hearing again. The fact that, no, I don't need an aluminum foil hat. We watched this for 90 minutes, appearing in different spots, then appearing down low again in the same area to the left. And we also saw regular aircraft, small personal, like two-seater or small Piper or something like that. We saw planes like that flying in and out of a local airport. And it was in the direction at some points in time. Other times it was way to the right or left of that. It wouldn't even have been in the approach area. We're talking a small airport. So you're not talking about super long landing strips. Now, is this something that's going to happen again? Who knows? But I think it's enough for us to go take a look at it. Now, there's a lady on Facebook who I've friended, and she knows some of the same people I've met with over the years that also do paranormal ghosts and such. She might actually be a cousin. I think that's what it be. It's one of them. She was working with MUFON. I don't want to mispronounce it, but apparently there's been a little bit of a problem with the little group, and she felt like she was being given a lot of the load of the work instead of it being more of a collaboration of multiple people, whatever. But she certainly knows of places to go. I could probably ask for her to help me with that. Yeah, that's it. That's the group, DJ. but they have different chapters, so it might have been a chapter that was local to where she is from. Yeah, a muffin. A muffin? I like a muffin top. Do you like a muffin top? Or do you like the muffin bottom? Oh, that's all right. Thank you, Mazzy. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't call her late for dinner. Speaking of dinner, we have, like I said, my cousins up from Florida. They're actually down from Buffalo right now. They have a place way up north and a place way down south. So they can enjoy both extremes if they wish. Sounds French. Hey, hey. They say we're the monkeys. Thank you, G-Man. We love you all too. My wife and I. You keep us grounded, give us a purpose. I don't know. It's certainly been a lot more fuller of a life to have this to look forward to and to have heard so many stories from you guys of how much you value just being able to get on here and enjoy the company that's in chat and my occasional good line.
We're halfway to being sold out.
You're what now?
Halfway to being sold out.
Really? This is a shocker. Old Ricker, you have to turn it down. He may have something go wrong with his ticker if you guys buy all these at the same time. Now I'm happy. They look like they were something people would like, and it's proving it. I'm glad. When you get them, please tell us what you think about it. Make a comment on the channel, if you don't mind. Let people know. Maybe this can be our version of the most popular item that Dan has ever had on his keychain, which the first prototype of that was sent to Dan early in the show, maybe in the second season, maybe even later in the first season. But I don't know if it was a fan or who, probably a fan.
We got it.
And we have one because I was given one by Dan. I think he might have gotten 10 or 6 of them, so I ended up with, I think, 2 of them. You have a few? All right, so this is the original. The company that made the type of cut this is went out of business. So have you ever seen this version? No, Steve, we're working on it though. We get the first 100,000 to you as soon as we hit the million.
These are the ones that they have. These are the first ones he sold.
Yeah. And of course, this was the Mothman Festival version that he had for a very long time.
It's the same one.
I know. And then they went into the colors. All the different colors. Can you imagine how much it'll be worth on eBay one day? I know. Get that squirrel. He hates a squirrel. If he sees a squirrel on the power line, he is going to run. Yeah, that's what it was. It was on the power line, running past our yard. He has to go down to the back fence and bark at it anyway. Does your dog do that?
Thanks, Justin.
All right, well, the ones I showed you just now weren't for sale. But the ones that we do have, they come in two colors. There's the blue and I'll hold up the green. Oh, and by the way, this is how it comes in this nice little package.
And then it goes in an envelope.
So,
Do you believe in ghosts a tiny bit?
I believe in them completely. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. I've had too many experiences. The evidence is, unfortunately for me, mostly it's sound files. You know, what I capture on a recording. In terms of what I see, I'm too slow apparently. And that wasn't just because I'm older. When I was younger, I could not pick up anything. I don't know if it's something that you have to just have a affinity for or you develop it, but I have also felt things. One time, for all the years when I have done it, it happened like maybe in 2016, 2015, something like that. And then, like I said, just a couple weeks ago, 3 times in one night.
Yeah, DJ, we got everything
Scary.
back. We got
But
your
cool.
package.
Cool. Oh, yes, DJ, thank you again for all that. And I haven't seen Romeo's lover, but she was unable to get a hold of an IT guru she knew.
She has 2 emails out there for you.
And I told her to please, you know, that's it. Thank you. I've learned my lesson. And I understand there's a multi-step process to this. And I also understand I want to do it under FaceTime with Dan watching on the other side or somebody to make sure that I do the steps I need to make sure I'm doing it. I should probably look at a video just one time as well, wouldn't hurt.
Bloody Mary. How'd you like the photo of the magnet?
Oh yeah, I love that. Oh, somebody you were talking to. Yes, that might be right, Romeo. Slover. Maybe. I'm blind as a bat. I know I'm deaf, right, hon?
Yep.
Yes, I don't hear much. Part of it is by a lack of interest and a little bit of auditory dysfunction. But more of it's attention. Attention deficit disorder. Thank you, Nermont. I hear that most of the selective hearing problems occur in the male gender.
Between husband and wife.
Oh,
Or boyfriend, girlfriend.
no, it can't happen in a, I'm just going to put it out there. Can a homosexual relationship have somebody who's,
I've never had anybody tell me that they have that same problem.
if you have 2 men in a relationship,
Or 2 women.
no, the women are not the problem. It's been the men.
Well, that's true.
Take them out of a hetero into a homosexual relationship, And I think they listen as shittily. Am I right? Is there any gay men out there who admit that they don't pay attention, and their husband has to constantly ask them over and over again, like my wife does to me? Please, somebody. Or is it truly a disease of the heterosexual male? Yeah, Sarah, yours does. But I'm looking for even a female couple, same gendered couple. But I'm thinking the male is the weak link in this whole thing. It's not the women. Well, I had a little problem with my signal looking bad there. Is her name Lane? Lane Kier. Yeah, Lane. But then it got stable. I'm stable on this end, Lane. And since I'm the one transmitting, I would be the one affecting you if it wasn't anything else. All right, so yeah, cleaning the ears is good. I don't do that enough. I have a little streak. Uh-oh.
Star Trek.
Andorian. Oh,
Cleaning toy. It has an energy in it.
and I used a spirit box on it, and it said, hello straight away.
And answered a few questions.
No, man, that's too weird. So, I mean, there should be nothing the box holds. It's just a freaking radio.
I understand that
scanner.
little flash.
Well, that's interesting. Do you know anybody?
Darlene's a guy.
Okay, yeah, but Danielle, do you know anybody in the UK to reach out to? I certainly would have somebody to take a look at that. I mean, I would just start out and say I have a doll that I got some strange reactions to when I was using a spirit box, and describe the rest. And then let them know it was a Star Trek Andorian soft beanie toy when they're in person. You might get a little pushback if you told them exactly what type of doll it was. Nothing personal, just a suggestion. I can know what I would think. Dear Rick, I just got a great thing off eBay. A Star Trek soft-bellied Andorian doll. And for the heck of it, I turned on my spirit box and it told me to fuck myself. And then it started to gag itself with its hands and said, if I have to look at this bastard another minute, I'm going to commit Harry Carey. Who the hell is this ugly bastard? Get me the hell out of this room. Just saying, because, when I have to meet clients that have these strange dolls, you never know what's going to happen. So, when people tell me they have a soft-bellied Andorian Star Trek toy, I don't even want to meet them. So if you want to get past the doorway, Danielle, if you want to actually get that checked out, just call it a doll.
How did he get out front? Did you leave the gate open?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Gate's open.
How'd you like that? You toured the whole yard? You toured the whole yard? My baby went in the front and came back after he chased the squirrel. He likes when I forget to close the gate, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, bite me. That's all right. You can nibble me a little bit. Yeah, they do. Kind of a little bit, not insane, kind of interesting, but it's a beanie toy. I used to have some beanie toys for my granddaughter. We had these little plush animals. They're so cute. And then my mother's church would attach a little note of encouragement for somebody who may be having a tough time, and you were told if you would like, please feel free to take a beanie toy home with you and let it be comforting. And it had information on like a lay group that would be happy to call you up, or if you wanted a personal visit, they'd come make a personal visit and things like that. Pretty sweet stuff. Dolls of any kind?
Your mom has some creepy dolls.
Yeah, we saw some really creepy dolls at this Victorian mansion. Like I said, it was constructed around 1870. So a lot of the toys that the little girl who grew up in this house and then left only a couple of years before her death when she was quite frail, and she donated it in perpetuity to a group that's a historical society in the area. It's also a library of archived, that's not archaeological, genealogical information that different families can register and put the files there. And they were original late 19th century, early 20th century dolls. You're going to get a good view in the video of these. If you like creepy dolls, you'll like that. I hope you like this. This will be my first real foray into a spooky, self-edited show for my channel. And I do have a little urbex, and I have a couple ASMRs, and I keep saying this and I keep not editing, but I've been busy on one thing or another. Right now we're trying to break away to go camping, and I had my camper winterized and empty. So we had to find everything, get it out of wherever we had stored it and what box, and then start to put it into the camper because it had nothing. You know, we have to put sheets and linens in it. We had to put, of course, food's normal, but I had to de-winterize it. I have to go check all the tire pressures and set those. That's no big deal, but it's the one I'm trying to sell, so maybe I should get a couple of for sale signs and put them in the windows, hon.
For down here, I was thinking.
You know, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make some photocopies of the ad that we can get it offline and print out some copies to hand out if people were interested.
Okay, not too many.
No, like 10 or something. What the heck? I'll sell this damn thing. So, anybody have something you'd like to talk about? Talk to us about? Any topic. Let's shake it up. Come.
Josh would like to know what winterizing entails.
Oh, okay. In a camper, of course, it's not well insulated. If you had water in the piping, which is usually soft plastic, it would freeze and split the pipe. Bourbon Cat, you're right. We didn't do a prog show. You're so right. And I already proved that I can do a demonetized show.
Say hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam. And just like you do to your car, you put antifreeze in the radiator so that it prevents it from freezing, but it also prevents it from boiling over. Its location, Seminole is just conveniently located. It's close to the West Coast, but it's not really busy right there. It's convenient for shopping and anything you need. And it's not a fancy place. And I'm not a fancy person. So I fit in well. I don't have to act like I'm Rockefeller and fake anything. Water, H2O, my favorite drink. All right, so I was trying to answer this question. So, but unlike with antifreeze in a car, you don't dilute it. You use it straight in an RV. And number two, it's non-toxic because unfortunately most antifreeze is toxic to animals, humans too, of course. But unfortunately, like a poor animal doesn't understand if you pour something like that and it ends up in a gutter because persons dispose of things so recklessly sometimes. If there's a pool of it and the dog drinks just a couple tablespoonful, it will be violently ill. If it drinks maybe a cupful, it'll die. Die. I think it'll happen to almost any cat, any house, common pet. Lovely stuff, right? Well, that non-toxic stuff doesn't do that, but it still doesn't freeze. So that's the good thing about it. We don't want it to freeze. We want to protect all that sensitive plastic piping inside of your RV. So you have to basically, in mine, I have a convenient location to hook up a hose. You put that into the container of the antifreeze for an RV. You turn on the pump and it sucks it into everything. And then you just run each fixture until pink comes out, including the toilet. And you're done. On the way out,
Apparently Danielle has a doctor's appointment.
Danielle, yes. Although I'd love you to be able to sit here, if you have something you've got to do, please go your medical appointment instead. We'll be back Friday. Now let me remind you and everybody real quickly, we're going to be at the beach. So Friday, I don't know where I'll be broadcasting from, but I'll be broadcasting from somewhere. And I will put up a notification in the afternoon. All this has to be coordinated where I can get Wi-Fi, because when you're down where I'm going to go, there are no cell towers. There's very little Wi-Fi service or cell service, and there's no Wi-Fi, period. So you have to go to find a hotspot, and there's a few places where you can go, like a coffee shop that's a surf shop up the road, but theirs is not very good, but you can at least get connected. And out further, I could go to a place like a Dunkin' Donut or a Panera Bread or something like that. But I'm hoping to at least get to a place that has Wi-Fi that has a better view than a parking lot, which, you know, you don't get that much better of a view here, but at least it's better in the parking lot, for God's sake. All right, Nadine said something funny. My dog is terrified of his own farts. Oh my gosh, out into the walls. You sure it's not just jet propelled? Poor dog doesn't know how many pounds of thrust he has going out that sphincter. Oh man. Yeah, I'm kind of tripolar. Or quadrupolar even. No. What would you be your dream place to haunt? One that's really haunted where I could see full-bodied apparitions, and maybe I would even be picked up off the ground and levitated, and where I don't care. Just when all that would happen. I'm so sorry. Eugene, Oregon, and your granddaughter, Shasta, her name is.
She didn't give her name. She just said my granddaughter. She's in Eugene, Oregon.
Prayers to Shasta Daisy's granddaughter in Eugene, Oregon, and all the people in the West dealing with all of this, all these fires. Just so dry. God help us get past this and keep these people safe in the meantime. In Jesus' name, amen.
They're seeing in British Columbia too.
Yeah, I heard that. I also heard a report that the smoke is visible in Europe now. So that's interesting. So you know what the smoke is doing? It's going past Asia. After it's going past the Pacific, it's going west. And it's coming all the way back around. Now it's at Europe. It'll be on the East Coast here too. So you got smoke circling the globe, folks. And what are we at? Like 10 to 40 degrees above the equator. What is the best tip for someone who's trying to create their own true? I guess ultimately it's to try to get the most accurate story. Just trying to get the facts. It takes probably more time. You can get police reports, but then you might have to also do a lot of follow-up on where things are not specified. And try to do your own interviews with people if you can find any witnesses or family witnesses. I don't know what else beyond that. I certainly like those kind of documentaries. I know that Dan himself is a crime doc fiend. He loves documentaries on crime and that kind of stuff. So I know he's not exactly the rapid responder to texts and messages. But you may want to take a look at some of the ones that were some pieces he's put up that you could see in that vein on This is Dan Bell and see if you can glean some ideas from it. He might even have commented about this sometime in the past. I wonder if he's ever talked about it in any of the podcasts. Anybody on Patreon can help me remember how many, if any, episodes where Dan might have gone on and discussed a love of a crime story he had and or something that he put together. I mean, there was the
Isn't that why he went to Lincoln Park?
Lincoln Park one, and what was the Mary Jean Letourneau, is that her name, in Florida was killed? And he did that one. That was somewhere near Daytona Beach, just a little bit north of Daytona Beach area. He stayed in the actual motel room where the murders were conducted by this kind of a drifter, semi-homeless kind of woman who preyed on drifters. So that's one he did. You could look at that one as an example. When you're a ghost, where would you haunt? Oh, where would I go? Where would Beetlejuice be? I think I'd rather hang out with him. He's pretty cool. Would you agree? Maybe hang out with Beetlejuice's crowd. You know, probably has a cool bar to go to and stuff like that. I'd like to work in that office. That would be really, the where people first come when they die. I'd like to work there. Casper, you mean the ghost or the bed? Glowworm, the bed. I like purple. Oh, bounce off. You're a drifter, are you? I'm a drifter in a different way. Mentally, I just drift off. It's a different kind of drifting, I guess. So, I guess I don't have any guns. Halloween movie. Would Mel Brooks' Frankenstein qualify as, or is that just too funny? When I grew up, on Friday and Saturday nights, I guess from when I was like 8 or 10, and through most of my teens, there was always some kind of a show on late that played old spooky movies. You know, Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, all the old Vincent Price, all those guys, of course. All the old masters of horror. So that's what I cut my teeth on, watching all those. And when Young Frankenstein came out, I guess that was like 72, 74. I think it was after Blazing Saddles, so it must have been something like that. You know, that was just such a creative departure, I thought, to take that and then to twist it into a comedy which had a little bit of show tunes and some stage presence, uh, a polite Frankenstein, and anything with Terry Garr when she was young will always get me because she was so beautiful and such a sweetie. Loved her portrayals. Right, hon? Terry Garr, wasn't she always good?
Yes.
Yes, okay. What kind of brain did you get? I think her name was Abby Normal. Abby Normal. You mean you got an abnormal brain for me to put into this body? And of course, the actor who played Frankenstein ended up on Raymond as a curtain call. I thought I liked his portrayal in Frankenstein a little bit better, but he did fine in Raymond. And Gene Wilder, impeccable Gene Wilder. He suffered so long mentally with the loss of his wife, Gilda, that it really took something out of him. Probably took 10 years out of his life, too, and more of his sanity. So, he did enjoy making people laugh, and Richard and Jean did some great things together. Yes, they did. The last couple ones were getting a little too contrived, and they were getting a little over the hill. Especially, unfortunately, I hate to say, but the Jean wasn't so bad. But the freebase king, unfortunately, was doing real bad. I didn't even know what that was about until he got that story. It was terrible. Hi, Deb Smith. No, it didn't help that Richard was a little bit into the coke. Yes. Richard, please. Yes, he was. I thought he did a great job in Willy Wonka. And I think he sung the Oompa Loompa song better than anybody.
15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll it. I usually go at least 90 minutes, folks, but I'm going to cut it a little bit because dinner's almost ready. And the family is going to be eating here, and I don't see these guys but twice a year. I've had a great time as usual. You all make it easy. And I hope that you keep coming back. Like I said, for this week, close up business here. Friday, from some unknown destination, we will be broadcasting down at the beach. Hopefully it'll be someplace where we can actually show you a view. So I'll have to take a look into maybe seeing if I can find a Wi-Fi hotspot with a view.
Yes,
And you just got in the room, Deb, and you're giving me money. Thank you so much. We're getting ready to go. I'm famished. The Long Duck Dong channel is right there. DJ Southpaw has nicely put up a link. He is working on something to thoroughly entertain people. It's still coming together, but I think it's going to be one of the most interesting things YouTube's had. I don't think anybody else has done what he's planning on doing. So consider clicking that link that you just saw up there. And thanks. And thank you, Long Duck Dong, for your support over all these months that I've been doing this show. So I'm sorry if I forayed into politics. I really was just meaning to talk about how to analyze and make a decision.
Go back there.
So I'll try to be more sensitive and make that minimal. Oh, thank you very much. I just got another donation. You know where I put this? I go inside, take off my pants, and I get some more in the belt of my underwear. Well, thank you all. This has been Rick Sarah, trying to be funny, trying to not fall off the chair. Glad you're here. Thank you so much. You're always too generous, and I appreciate it. Until Friday, it might be early again. It might be 5. We might be pushing this back to 5 because of less sunlight. I like it to be, otherwise it's going to be cocktail hour from inside of a room with a light in the dead of winter. Oh, Bo, come here. Come here. One more time. Come here. Oh. say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. We're really happy you came. Hello. Hello. How you doing? She made it finally. She promised she was going to photobomb, but she waited until the very end. Thank you all. Bye-bye.